Hey everyone, thank you all so much for tuning in to the very first episode of the Gage Johnson Podcast, where I can discuss, what's going on in my life and give you all advice so you all can succeed and do amazing things in life. I know I'm going to screw up horribly at this at first, but you know what? That's okay. I'm not stopping the camera when I mess up. I'm just going to keep on going and act like it didn't even happen. Well, first of all, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Gage Johnson. I just turned 18 years old last month, and I'm from the Columbus, Ohio area. I am just finishing up my senior year in high school, and yeah, I'm really excited to finally graduate so I can finally start my life, which, I'm nervous about, but at the same time, I'm very excited about as, a lot of the problems I have been dealing with right now are school related, and yeah, once I graduate, I'm not going to have those problems. So, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and answer one of the biggest asked questions that I've had lately on Instagram. And, I've had tons of people send me messages asking me this question: why haven't I uploaded lately? Well, it comes down to a couple of things. First of all, and this is probably the main one, I have just been so incredibly busy with school and keeping those grades up. I've had to make sure, I get all my assignments done on time. And, being a high school junior, senior, I've been having to deal literally with assignment after assignment after assignment after assignment after assignment. So, my life has been nothing but chaos this past year, so don't think I've just been, living, the most wonderful life ever, just not showcasing it on camera. I've been living the complete opposite of that. My life has been nothing but chaos. Also, you're probably wondering why my audio and video is so bad. I'm using a $20 headset and I'm using the webcam built into my laptop. So, both not the greatest for podcasts, but you know what? I am going to upgrade at some point. I'm going to get a much better camera and a much better microphone. I promise you guys. Now, when it comes to how often I'm going to film these podcasts, I'm hoping, to make one once a week at the beginning or end of each week so I can kind of showcase what happened in my life each week and, keep you all updated on things and, give you all advice. So if you all are out there struggling with a lot of similar issues that I'm dealing with, you know who you can turn to, you know who you can look up to because my goal is to make this world a better place before I die. All right. Now with that out of the way, so back to why I wasn't uploading. Just a lot of schoolwork. I've also been dealing with a lot of depression lately over the past year, year and a half. Ever since the pandemic, I've been dealing with more depression than ever before in my life. And there have been days where literally I didn't even want to get out of bed. Today was one of them, unfortunately, but I eventually made myself get out of bed. And, things were going okay for a little bit, but then they started, to get pretty bad. But that's when, an idea came to my mind. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start my own podcast because I want to inspire others who are out there struggling. And I want to, help you all out and, give you advice on, what works and what doesn't work and share things I've been through in my life. And I know there's a lot of stuttering at first and there's a lot of worry like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. But you know what? It takes practice. And you know what? I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm just going to, like I said, when I make a mistake, I'm not stopping the camera. I am just going to keep on going and act like it didn't happen because you know what? You keep on going. You don't let your failures hold you back. You're going to succeed every single time, guys. I promise you all. Every single time you're going to succeed if you don't let your failures hold you back. You don't let your doubts hold you back. You don't let your mistakes hold you back. You don't let those hold you back. You learn from them. You keep standing on your 2 feet. You keep running towards your dreams. You're going to succeed every single time, guys. I promise you all. Okay. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm like bouncing around a whole bunch of different topics. Like, like I said, this is my first time ever filming a podcast. So, it's going to take some practice. It's going to take some trial and error, figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and all that stuff. But you know what? I'm here to learn with all you guys. So, and I'm hoping I can inspire some of you guys to go out there, start making podcasts, sharing, stuff about what's going on in your life and give advice for people who are struggling because you know what? It may not seem like it, but I'm also struggling too. Like, one of the things that I've been battling the most over the past year, especially, is OCD, also known as obsessive compulsionary disorder, where basically, I will like, fixate on things that will then eventually lead me to having a lot of anxiety, and then I'll worry about things that aren't even that big of a deal. And, it's one of the hardest things I've been battling in my life for the past year now, at least, if not more, probably more like a year and a half if you think about it, where I just have to have everything perfectly laid out, everything clean. And, when things get messed up, I start to get anxiety and all that stuff. And I need to realize that the anxiety I'm feeling is just my brain playing a game, and there's not actually a problem because in the end, I have control of everything. I have control of how clean I make this. I have control of, whether, this happens, how I set things, all that stuff. And, I just got to keep trusting my gut. And it's not easy, but, no matter what I'm facing, I'm going to get through it. All right. Now, like I said, I'm really sorry that I keep bouncing to different topics. It's just, this is my first podcast and I have so much to cover, kind of introducing myself, what's currently going on in my life and what my goals are with my future. So, back to why I haven't been uploading, I explained, I've been very busy with school. I've been dealing with a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of OCD. And I live with my grandparents, in case you don't already know that. I'm sure, people who have been following me for years know that. I do not live with my mom and dad. I'm not going to explain why, at least not yet. Maybe that will come in a future podcast. It's just things did not work out when I was born, unfortunately. So my grandparents took guardianship of me when I was born. And honestly, I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it weren't for them. Like, they are the reason why I am where I am today. Like, I wouldn't be where I'm at today doing all these things if it weren't for them. Like, I am just so glad they have been here for the past 18 years to support me with whatever I'm going through. Like, it's just absolutely incredible. They saved me from what could have been really, 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 really bad. So the fact that, I haven't seen my mom for a long time, I've never met my dad in person, I'm not letting, that stop me from enjoying my life because I still have two of the most supportive and incredible people I know that are always here to support me with no matter what I'm facing. Um, so yeah, and then at age 3, I was diagnosed with high functioning autism. Thankfully, it is high functioning. So a lot of the things I'm still able to do. I am still, I'm very, very smart. Probably, some people even think I'm smarter than, a lot of people, and that's probably true because I am very, very, very knowledgeable about a lot of things. If, some of you guys have been sticking around for a while, you all know that I haven't posted on it for so long. Well, I posted on it on New Year's Day when I timed the grab rave beat perfectly. But I have my old YouTube channel, Video Games and More, which I have had since my 13th birthday, which I was then, allowed to use YouTube without having to have parent permission. I'm sorry, guys. So, you know, when I turned 13, I decided I was going to create my own YouTube channel. I have a whole bunch of stuff on there. Some stuff that, a lot of people are like, wow, this is, strange. Like, I have a lot of unique interests. Like, I am very interested in appliances, washing machines, vacuum cleaners, cars, you name it. And, that's okay. And the thing is, we all have unique interests, and that's okay. And it shouldn't be something we should be ashamed of. It's something that we should be able to use for good because I'm so knowledgeable in those areas. I'm able to help people when they're having problems with their appliances or when they're having problems with their cars. Like, I am like the first person in my family that somebody calls up when they're having a problem with something mechanical, electrical, technical, you name it, because I'm just a whiz in all areas. Like, I could totally see myself in the future. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but I could totally see myself in some sort of engineering field or some sort of design field. Like, I'm just so, so knowledgeable in those areas. And like, a lot of people may find it like, why are you like so obsessed with these things? It only becomes this obsession when it gets in the way of you focusing on succeeding in life. And if I am using my interests to focus on succeeding in life, then I mean, I guess you could say it's an obsession, but it's a good one. It's a good one. Okay, let's put it there. It's a good one. And, like, I know that wherever I end up in the future, like, I'm still not sure, like, where I'm going to be going despite being a senior. I don't have plans for college right now just because things have been so difficult lately. Although I don't know where I'm going to be ending up in the future, I know that wherever I end up, it's going to be incredible and it's going to truly be a gift from God. So yeah, and yes, I'm very, very thankful. I'm very high functioning on the autism, practically normal. Some people that have met me don't even know I'm on the spectrum until they, get to know me even more. And that's where I want to kind of go over some things because when it comes to being on the spectrum, unfortunately, there's a lot of things that people misperceive. Like I've had people misperceive me as weird. Like, why am I interested in all these appliances and why am I like so interested in this stuff? And, that's when I got to the point where I was kind of like getting more afraid of like posting, that's kind of why I stopped posting on my other channel because it just seemed like people were in a way like acting like what I was doing was weird. But in the end, it's not weird at all. We all have unique interests and, it's okay. It's okay. We're all unique at the end of the day and it's okay. Like I not everybody's going to have the same interests, but the thing is you got to realize that we're not all the same. We're all unique. And at the end of the day, you never truly know what someone's going through. So like, I have definitely met people that have had the strangest interests. Like I was like, "Whoa." Like I've never even heard of a person being interested in that. But you know what? I don't judge them. I don't, you know, avoid them from becoming part of my life. I don't judge them. And that's where a lot of problems come in is a lot of people in this world, unfortunately, are extremely judgmental. And they don't, realize that people could be going through things that you cannot see on the outside. Like, I'm sure you all have heard the saying, don't judge the book by its cover. And, that's pretty much what people do anymore. And I won't lie, I've done it myself. Like I have definitely have judged people and, misperceive things about people and then end up just not wanting to be friends with them because I'm thinking, "Whoa, this is strange." But I've definitely gotten better at thinking outside the box and actually thinking about what they're going through in life because at the end of the day, you never truly know what somebody's going through. And, you got to remember that we're all trying to be successful and, each person has a different way of getting there. So I kind of stopped posting on my old YouTube channel. It's called Video Games and More if you want to go check it out. Surprisingly, I have over 1,000 subscribers on that YouTube channel because, like, some of my videos in there, surprisingly, some of my videos I've done regarding appliances and that kind of stuff have really blown up, which I'm actually shocked about. Like, I have one video on there that's got over 200,000 views, which is absolutely insane. And I can totally see that video hitting a million someday. Like, it's honestly insane, like, how many people find, those sort of topics interesting. More people than I ever thought I realized where, before I started ghosting my interests in those topics. But now that I'm seeing that so many people are, interested in, those topics, like, I might seriously start posting more appliance videos on my video games and more channel because, so many people are interested in those topics. And I mean, just do what you do. Just do what you want to do in life. It's that simple. There's things out there we all want to do, and some of them are very, very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Like there's things like I really, 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 really want to do, but you know what? I'm not giving up, and I'm gonna make them happen because any dream's possible if you don't give up. I gotta take a sip of water. Hold on. Ah, I should have said if you don't like the sound of people drinking water, turn off your speakers, mute your audio, or I could have just muted my mic. you know, if you think about it, we're all human and we're all unique. Not, believe it or not, yes, some people can be very similar to each other, but no person, no matter how similar they are to each other, are exactly alike. No one, even identical twins, have different mindsets. Yeah. It's hard to perceive sometimes. Like, there's people out there that think that we're all human and we're all the same and that's really not the case. we're all unique and we all have unique interests. We all have our own problems. We all have our own struggles. We all have our own dreams. Being there for one another is the most important thing that people are lacking. Like, it might seem like people are being there for you, but at the end of the day, they might just want your attention. So you got to realize that. All right. I know I have gone way off track. Like, I'm just kind of just running all over the place with this conversation. But back to why I haven't been uploading on my main channel, my Gage Johnson channel, where this podcast and all my future podcasts are going to be posted, is, like I said, school, anxiety, depression, OCD, you know, all those things coming together at once just makes it very difficult because here's the thing. You not only, sure, there are YouTubers out there who are super duper successful and have cameramen, who have video editors and all that stuff. And yes, while I love the film, while I love to edit videos because I'm just so good when it comes to technology, I just sometimes lack the motivation and time to do so. Like if I'm super duper duper busy if I'm super duper busy with school and all sorts of other things in my life, like it's very hard to find time to like sit down and actually, edit videos. But I promise you guys, like I'm really trying hard to come up with some new strategies to hopefully, fit time like every single day, like every Wednesday, every Thursday. Like I find myself, and this is just me, I find that schedules help me out a lot, knowing exactly when I have to do something and when I have to get it done by, because then I can prioritize, certain things and I can plan out my days. And that's something that I've had a lot of trouble with lately is just, keeping things organized. Like with everything else I've been dealing with all the depression, like I've spent a lot of days just honestly scrolling and scrolling and scrolling on my phone. And it's just gotten, to the point where I'm wondering, like, why? Like, can I even do this anymore? And I'll be honest with you, I've kind of hit rock bottom. Like today, I can definitely say I've hit rock bottom because I had a lot of, like, I didn't get out of bed till like 4 in the afternoon as I was just feeling horrible. And then I started to drive to youth group because I go to youth group every Sunday night because, yes, I am a Christian. I believe the Lord is the reason why we're all here alive today. I was almost all the way to youth group and I started getting major anxiety. And I didn't feel like, yes, I'm a Christian. I love God. I love hearing his word. But I just had so much anxiety. Like, I didn't feel like I would, be comfortable walking into a place around a whole bunch of people. So, like, it got to the point where I just was feeling awful about myself. So I pulled over and I called my grandparents because I didn't want to be driving down the road if I'm feeling horrible because I don't want to be putting my life or anybody else at risk. So I called my grandparents and I asked them to come get me. And then, so both my grandma and grandpa came. My grandfather drove my car back home. And we made it home, and the whole ride home was me just saying, like, I hate my life, blah, 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 blah. And, then I got home and some more things happened that were very, very upsetting. And then it just got to the point where I kind of just sat down and I was just thinking, like, what exactly can I do? And, like, I've thought about possibly doing a podcast in the past, like starting my own podcast, because, there are a lot of situations that I'm dealing with that I'm sure a lot of you guys are dealing with too. And I just want to, get my word out there, give some advice for people that are struggling. And, that's when I was like, you know what? Why am I not doing podcasts? Like, why? What is holding me back? Because I was thinking about it, like, what is holding me back from actually wanting to do podcast? So that's when I started thinking, I'm like, okay, the main thing that was holding me back is the fear of messing up. That was that was the main thing that was holding me back. After thinking and sitting for a couple minutes and thinking, what is holding me back from making podcasts? I realized the fear of messing up, like that was the biggest fear I had. And you know what? That's when I realized, like, no one's perfect. And you know what? Sometimes you got to push out of your comfort zone and just try. Because once you push out of your comfort zone and once you try, Things are only going to get better from there. And I was like, you know what? It's time. It is time to officially begin the Gage Johnson podcast series. And I am so excited to be here speaking for you all. And I hope you all realize that I love every single one of you guys. You guys are the reason why I continue doing what I'm doing, because I want all of you guys to succeed. I want to do something that's not going to only benefit me, but benefit everyone else around me, because I love you all so much. And despite everything I've been through, despite all the anxiety, despite all the depression, despite all the OCD problems, despite living on the autism spectrum, I'm not letting any of that stop me from living my life to the fullest. And most importantly, changing the lives of others around me. It is not going to be easy. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. But you know what? Hard work pays off every single time, guys. All your dreams, all your goals, everything you want in life, it's all out there waiting for you. You just got to keep running down the right road and never give up. You just got to get up on your 2 feet every single day and keep running towards your dreams, because they're all out there. They are all out there. You just can't give up. You just got to keep on going. You cannot let your failures, you cannot let your fears, you cannot let anything hold you back, guys. You just got to keep on going. And I promise you guys, you keep on going, you are going to succeed every single time. Promise you guys. So now let's take a moment to talk about some examples of me pursuing dreams in my life and succeeding. Because if I share my situations with you and how I was able to pursue dreams, hopefully I can inspire you guys to get out there and pursue your dreams. And you know what? I have more dreams, and that's okay. It's okay to have endless dreams. And here's the thing. Here's the way you should look at it. Look at it as, don't focus on the things you don't have, but instead focus on the things and be thankful for the things you do have, which will therefore lead you to be more successful and eventually make any dream possible. We all have a reason in life. We really do. And some of us, including myself, might not know exactly what our reason is, but I promise you all, you just keep on going in life. And you don't let your fears, you don't let your failures, you don't let them hold you back. You're going to succeed every single time. I promise you guys. And I know how hard it is. It's easier said than done. Trust me. I'm not just here saying oh, this is everything I've done and I have succeeded. Now go out and do it. You know, I'm not here saying that. I'm struggling too. I'm a person too. And this is a space where I want to share my real life experiences with you and, explain what I'm actively going through in life and what has worked and what hasn't worked. So that way you all can follow along my journey with me. So now let's take a moment to talk about some dreams and goals that, I had and how I actually pursued them. You know, one of the biggest dreams I have, and I still have today, is making the world a better place before I die. With everything going on, especially for the past 3 years with COVID and stuff, this world has become a place that it never used to be. And if one person can start putting a positive effect on people's lives, you know what? Then other people are going to start doing the same thing, and more and more and more and more. It's going to have a domino effect. And before you know it, everybody's going to be out there spreading positivity. And it's not easy. But you know what? Every single step helps. So during the pandemic, I made the executive decision to start a professional Instagram account where I could share moments of my life with you all. share experiences that I've been through, what has worked, what has not worked, and most importantly, showcase my journey pursuing my dreams to make the world a better place. And so far, my Instagram has gotten to a point where I never thought it would have been possible. And you want to know why? It's because even on the days where I felt like doing nothing, even on the days where I felt like completely like, and I'll be honest with you, I had a situation we'll talk about here soon that came up today that I literally just felt like completely just quitting my influencing dreams, like just completely quitting because I was just so upset about things. But you know what? I didn't. I deleted, like, I had something posted on my story saying how, like, I'm done influencing. I can't take this anymore. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not done because I have way more to come in life, way more good things to come in life. And I took that story down. I got up on my 2 feet. I faced my fear of filming my first podcast and came in here and had a seat and got my laptop out and got to work. Pretty incredible, guys. Like, 30 minutes ago from now, I was a completely different person. I was not like I am right now. But back to what I was saying about my Instagram account, it got to the point where I never thought it would get. Like, it started out as something small and I, hadn't been posting on it very often. I still don't, do too many posts and I'm starting to do more and more posts, but it's all about finding what people are interested in. And I've started to realize what people are interested in. And, while it's still something that I'm trying to figure out, I'm starting, get get a better idea of what people are interested in. And then I realized that, because I face a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety during the pandemic. And that's when I realized that other people out there are going through the exact same thing as me. And I want to help them. I want to help them realize that they're never alone and that what they're facing is only temporary and they can and will get through it and do incredible things. Like, pretty incredible. So I started a professional account on Instagram, and since then my account has grown to a point where I never thought would be possible. And it would not have been possible without you guys, who I am beyond thankful for. Like, you guys are the reason why I'm continuing to do what I do. Like, I want to put a smile on every single one of your guys' face. I want to change all your lives. I want to help you all succeed in your dreams as well. So, I have dreams of becoming an actor because I love getting my voice out there. And it's not to become famous, it's because I want to have something that people can look at and smile and laugh. Like, and even myself, I want to have something that I can like look at anytime and see myself smiling and laughing. Like, So I paid a lot of money to take some acting classes. And let's just say that it was 100% worth it. Every single time I stepped in front of that camera, I felt determined. I felt determined to make something amazing happen. And you know what? I did. And after that, it's now just figuring out, the hard part, which is reaching out to talent agencies, figuring out if there's any auditions going on for what shows, all that stuff, and hopefully getting an agent soon that I can work with. And I honestly, with everything I've been doing with school and that kind of stuff, because obviously, I got to focus on school, keeping the grades up, all that stuff. I haven't really had time to do that. But you know what? I'm not done. I am not done. And as soon as I graduate, that's probably something I'm going to be doing because I will have a lot more time. Now, when it comes to focusing on what I have been doing, which is growing my Instagram and getting an amazing audience of people, I can say that I have grown my account to a point where I never thought would be possible. It's all because I didn't give up and I didn't let the numbers stop me. Like, followers are just a number. I didn't let my low follower count stop me. Instead, I kept on going. I kept on posting content. I kept on posting inspiring messages because I want to make the world a better place before I die and inspire all you guys to do the same thing and realize that any dream is possible if you don't give up. And my dream is to put a smile on every single one of your guys' faces and to help other people out there who are struggling and use my disability for good. I want to use my disability for good. I want to share my experiences of the rough situations I've been through, give you all advice on what works, what doesn't work, so you know how you can get through those situations. Because if I can get through situations, so can you guys as well. I promise you all. And I made a goal I had two really big goals. One was to find a group of people that are all about spreading positivity online that I could work with, that are supportive of one another. And two, to get verified on Instagram. When I first set those goals, I did not think they were going to happen, at least not for a long time. But you know what? I didn't let that scare me. I didn't let that stop me. I put the pedal to the metal and I kept on going. And I found an incredible nonprofit organization called I Can Help. I Can Help is a student-led, student-run organization where the main goal is to spread positivity, promote student wellness, and digital safety. I spent hours. As soon as I found out about them, I immediately went to their website and I probably spent like 2 or 3 hours reading every single piece about their organization. And at that point, I was like, I could see myself being part of this organization. And you know what? As soon as internships opened up, I applied. And guess what? I got accepted, guys. I got accepted to be a specialist on the advocacy and inclusion team for the incredible nonprofit organization I Can Help. And since then, not only have they helped me pursue my dreams of making this world a better place by getting my own video series going, but they also helped me develop skills that will benefit me for the rest of my life, all while working with an incredible and supportive group of people. I have been through a lot of bullying lately, especially at school, and I don't have many friends because a lot of people unfortunately do not understand autism and they don't understand how unique and incredible we really are, and they tend to judge us. Every single person I can help is supportive, is there for me, and we all work together and help one another because we want to make this world a better place. We know people out there are struggling. We know how important mental health really is. And you know what? We want to do everything we possibly can to help you guys. And then, one of my biggest dreams that I will never forget in my life came through. I got to fly out to California for an event. Yes, you heard me right. I got to fly out to LA last month to participate at I Can Help's Digital for Good event. Digital for Good is an annual event, happens once a year, and it's been in various different places. This year it was in LA, where basically we nominate 10 people around the world who have started their own online organizations. We fly them out, we have them speak with our sharks, we bring influencers in, we bring all sorts of cool people in, and in the end, we vote for the all time winner. And I will just say that every single person at Digital for Good, including everybody in my organization, all the winners, all the influencers, inspired me so much that now I want to pursue my dreams more than ever before, guys. I want to get my voice out there. Like, sitting and doing nothing ain't going to do you any good. You got to get up on your 2 feet and get out there and keep on going because good things happen to good people for good reasons. And I just honestly was just so amazed of how well this event went. Like, I never thought joining an organization like I Can Help would land me in LA. Seriously. Like, it's just absolutely incredible. And that was one of my biggest dreams. And it truly goes to show that any dream is possible if you don't give up. And now that my first year of working with I Can Help is coming up, I applied to become an intern. An intern is the leader of a committee that helps specialists, of course, because the specialist, a group of specialists, and then the intern is the leader of the group of specialists of a committee. And I applied again for advocacy and inclusion because I'm all about getting my word out there and helping people realize that they're never alone and that we all should be treated equally and we all should love one another no matter what. And I also applied for the digital media intern as well because I'm just so well not only on the outside getting my voice out there, but knowledgeable behind the scenes, editing videos, creating graphics, working with technology, you name it. I cannot wait to see what this year brings me working with I Can Help. As I can say, last year brought me so many incredible and life-changing opportunities. And I made so many incredible friends in this organization. Like everybody in this organization is truly a second family to me. Like seriously. Like we honestly, I don't even have words to say anymore. I'm just so thankful that I found this incredible organization, that all these people are here to support me, all while changing the world. And that brings me up to where I am today. This past week has not been an easy one for me. It has not been an easy one for me. I have struggled with a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of OCD problems, and I've also really, really been struggling with not having gratitude. Like this week, I found myself like, oh, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? Why don't I have this? I want that, I want that, I want that. Instead of focusing on all the things I do have in life and all the things that have happened to me in life. It was definitely not an easy week. But you know what? It's Sunday. It's the start of a new week. And it's time to make some incredible changes. Some changes that'll last for a lifetime. Which is why I finally faced my fear and decided to start my own podcast series. Because I love you all, and keeping everything inside and not sharing it with you guys is going to do nothing. You just got to be honest. Because if you're honest, you let people know what you're going through, a lot of times you're going to have a better time of getting the help you need. Because if you just keep it all inside you and you don't let anyone know you're going through something, they have trouble realizing that. Even myself, like there's times where people are going through things that I don't even know about. You know, it's okay. It's okay to struggle. No one's perfect. We all make mistakes. We learn from them. We all struggle. It's okay. But the thing you need to realize is you're never alone, and there's always people out there who are here to help you. I promise you guys, whatever you're facing, and I know this past week has definitely been one of my hardest weeks I've had in a while. But you know what? I'm not letting that week stop me. Like, before I did this podcast, I literally was like completely like this close to just give up. But you know what? I didn't. I didn't. I'm going to keep on going every single day. Every single day, I'm going to keep on going. I'm not going to let the bad situations hold me back. I'm not going to let the anxieties hold me back. I'm not going to let the fears hold me back. Instead, I'm going to run from them, learn from them, and inspire others by giving them advice on how they can get through them. And no matter what, I'm not giving up. I ain't giving up. If people want to be mean, people want to block me for no reason, they can block, block, block. They can do whatever they want, but you know what? It ain't gonna stop me. It's their loss, not mine. Those people aren't worth it. And I only wish that they get the help they need to realize what life really is and how incredible it can be when you do incredible things and go out of your way. World is chaos out there anymore, guys. So just please, next time you're talking with someone you don't know, be mindful and think about what they're going through. Realize that you can never judge somebody by their cover because you never know what they're going through inside. I don't expect you to understand every single thing somebody's going through, but you should at least try because trying is better than nothing. And chances are, when you try, you will. You will understand them when you try. It may take time. It may take a lot of, wondering, oh, this, that. But hey, if you try and you don't give up, you eventually will. All right. We have been on here now for almost 42 minutes. And I honestly am just so shocked of how well this first podcast went, as I was very nervous, especially about screwing up. But you know what? I'm not letting my failures hold me back. I'm not letting anything hold me back. I am determined to change people's lives in a positive way, to help others who are struggling. And you know what? I am going to. And this is the beginning of a new chapter in my life. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the very first episode of the Gage Johnson Podcast. I love you all so much. Keep doing incredible things out there. Don't let your failures, don't let your fears, don't let your anxieties, don't let any of it hold you back. Just keep walking on your 2 feet. Keep running towards your dreams, guys, because they are possible and you will succeed. God bless you all.